Halo semuanya, selamat datang di video pembelajaran ini. Saya Putri Amelia Nurjunjami dari kelas 3B1 Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris Muhammadiyah Tangerang. Hari ini kita akan memecahkan kebingungan seputar confusing pronouns atau kata ganti yang seringkali membuat kita bertanya-tanya. Ini adalah topik yang cukup menarik dan sekaligus juga dapat membingungkan. Tetapi, bersama-sama kita akan menjelajahi cara mengatasinya. Sebelum kita terlalu jauh masuk ke dalam pembahasan, izinkan saya berterima kasih atas waktu yang telah kalian luangkan untuk bergabung di sini. Saya harap video ini dapat memberikan pemahaman yang lebih baik tentang penggunaan pronoun yang sering membingungkan. Jadi, jika kalian siap untuk memulai pembelajaran kita, mari kita langsung masuk ke dalam pembahasan mengenai confusing pronouns, dan jangan ragu untuk memberikan komentar atau bertanya jika ada hal yang ingin kalian sampaikan.
Confusing pronouns. What are pronouns? So, pronouns are words that replace or reverse to nouns. For instance, we can say Maria is a veterinarian, Maria is an animal doctor. But instead of saying Maria twice, which is repetitive, we can say she. She is an animal doctor, and she refers to Maria. This is just one type of pronoun. There are many different types of pronouns that you have learned or will continue to learn. But in this video, let's focus on 4 of them. Beginning with personal pronouns, you can have subject or object personal pronouns. These are pronouns you are probably familiar with already, but they can be a little tricky to use when you have compound or combined use of pronouns with other nouns, such as I with N or me with N. So, let's look at some examples. Which sentence are correct? I and N are good friends. N and I are good friends. You know N and me. You know me and N. N and I is the correct order, not I and N. Also, N and me, not me and N. This is easy to remember. It's more polite to put yourself after others. Also, if you have more nouns, it's the same thing. You would say Thomas and I are good friends, and you know Thomas and me. So now let's move on to possessive adjective and possessive pronouns. You know all of these words, I'm sure, but do you know the difference between using the adjective form and pronouns, such as the difference between my and mine? Let's look at an examples. This is my company. My is an adjective form. It describes company. This company is mine. Mine is a pronoun, so it replaces a noun. It acts as the noun. In this list are words that can be easily confused with construction. Those include your, its, and their. You must be very careful with these words, but let's practice, starting with your. We are going to fill in this sentence using your, the possessive adjective, and your, the construction, which means you are. For the first sentence, you want to use the possessive adjective. Your flight leaves at 3 p.m. For the second sentence, you want to use the construction. You are leaving at 3 p.m., which means the same as you are leaving at 3 p.m. Now let's practice using it. Here are 2 sentences about the Eiffel Tower. Use it's the possessive adjective or pronoun, and it's the construction, which means it is. For the first sentence, we want to use the construction. It's called the Eiffel Tower. For the second sentence, we want to use the possessive adjective. Its total height is 1016 feet. Now the third word is there. There is a possessive adjective is pronounced the same way as the construction they are, as well as the adverb there. see if you can finish the sentence using the correct forms. For the first sentence, you would use the adverb, there are some cats outside. For the second sentence, we need a subject and verb, there Mrs. Porter's cats. They are Mrs. Porter's cats. And for the third sentence, we need to use the possessive adjective, their owner is Mrs. Porter. Nice job! Let's move on to talk about reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns end in self and self, and they refer back to the subject of a sentence. The reflexive pronouns are sometimes incorrectly used as a subject, and let's look at some examples of how they can be used and how they should not be used. He helped himself to the drinks. In the first sentence, himself is the direct object of the verb help, and himself refers back to the he, the subject. In the second sentence, himself is the indirect object, drink is the direct object, and himself refers back to the subject he. In the third sentence, himself is a part of prepositional phrase. For himself, he made a drink for himself, and again, himself refers back to the subject he. And in the last sentence, himself is used incorrectly. You may not say himself made a drink. Instead, simply use the pronoun he, like he made a drink. And now let's look at one more example. Cindy taught how to play guitar. Cindy taught whom? Well, Cindy taught herself how to play guitar. You would add the reflexive pronoun after the verb because herself is being used as the direct object of the sentence. The sentence tells us that Cindy taught herself, no one else taught her. Now let's move on to indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns do not refer to a specific thing. Here are some examples. This word can be difficult to use if you do not know whether they are singular or plural. Neither, everyone, somebody, anything are singular and definite pronouns. Another is preferred. Everyone is here now, somebody is at the door, and anything is okay. Many is a plural indefinite pronoun. You would say many are late. And none is a special pronoun because it can be singular or plural. You can say none is ready or none are ready. Here's some more indefinite pronouns. These are all singular pronouns, and here is a shorter list of plural pronouns. I want to focus on 3 words, either, neither, and both. This word can only be used when describing two things. For instance, either is perfect for sailing, neither is good for fishing, both are great for sailing. Now, let's talk about those special indefinite pronouns that can be used as either singular or plural pronouns. We have looked at none, now let's look at some. Some are ready to hatch. When referring to a cow noun like eggs, you would use are. Some are ready to hatch. But in the case of tea, which is a non-cow noun, then it would be appropriate to use is. Some is being brewed. So that's all my material about confusing pronouns. We have looked at lots of different types of pronouns, and the best thing to do now is to keep practicing. Thank you so much for watching.